Hello, I'm Councilmember Roy McCalister Jr., representing District 2. We just celebrated Juneteenth. June 19th, 1865 is an era we never want our upcoming generation and our young people to go through. Our young black men and women should have the opportunity, the education, the ability to continue on their life, not only to save our city, our state, but our country. On Juneteenth, me and my staff did a podcast, and here's how it went.
Hey, what up, though, y'all? We are live right now on the Avenue of Fashion for Juneteenth Jubilee. I am your host, one of them at least, Zsa Hubbard. What's happening?
Hey, we're live, very Ron.
It's your best friend, Hobbs. What up, though?
Listen, we are live right here at the Motor City Podcasting. Listen, we have the pleasure of having one of Detroit's leaders, one of Detroit's council members that is making a difference right here in this district, right here in this community.
District 2.
Okay, none other than Mr. Councilman Roy McCalister. We hear you, Roy. Councilman. Mr. McCalister.
First and foremost, I want to thank you so very much and to give honor to God who's ahead of my life. Thank you so. And to Zsa,
hey,
Queen of the Airways.
Oh, snap! He done put it out there, y'all.
It's out there now, Zsa. It's out there. Zsa, this is the first annual Juneteenth.
Come on.
And now we done put it out there. Zsa is
what's up?
the Queen of the Airways.
But I can't do it without my brother D.
That's
Hobbs.
right. D. Hobbs and Reverend Ron.
Listen, Reverend Ron run this place.
And the fact of the matter is, y'all in District 2.
You hear me?
The highest tax paying, highest voting.
Come on.
And on the Avenue of Fashion, which is the historic longest black corridor business in the country.
In the country.
In the country. I just want to say that.
Yes.
In the country. Not Detroit, not state.
Now, Councilman McCalister, you have an amazing group of people who are helping you, they're pushing you, they're supporting and uplifting you. I just want to acknowledge some amazing, beautiful queens and kings that are partnering with you. Say their names one time for the airway.
I got. First of all, I got LA.
LA, oh my girl! Hey,
LA 17. I got Felicia Coleman behind.
Hey, Felicia!
I got my queen of the mental health.
She is.
Susan Gardner.
Okay.
I got my man who runs the district office, Mr. Winfrey Blackman. And my campaign manager, the man, Mr. Mario Jr. And last but not least, the person that keeps me together as far as scheduling and everything, my sister, Paula Carr.
Now you got your camera, you got your media team.
Oh yeah, and I got Charles Henry.
Mr. Henry.
With the camera. Out here taking photos. Thank you.
Listen, now, Councilman McCalister, when did you first hear about Juneteenth? When the holiday and the commemorative day? I'm
trying to keep this sign up so we
can. Don't worry.
We want to recognize. We want to recognize.
You're right.
But the fact of the matter is, about in 2018.
Okay.
They had a Juneteenth, and I went to it.
Yeah.
And a lot of folks, especially bad to say it, our black folks didn't know about Juneteenth.
Yeah.
And I went to Juneteenth, and I was just amazed by it.
Yeah.
The history that's behind this. So from there, when I came in, Miss Ayers stated, "Look, you got the longest black business corridor.
Yeah.
You got the Michigan Roundtable.
Yeah.
You got all this is going on for you.
Yeah.
Why don't we have the Juneteenth Jubilee stroll down the Avenue of Fashion, Livernois?"
Yes.
So we said, well, let's make it work. Let's make it happen.
That's beautiful.
Yes, ma'am.
And you know what, Councilman? I love the fact that you're so open-minded to that type of strategy in the community, you know, because we need people who are open-minded, especially in the time frame that we're living in. Let me ask you, how can the people in the community not only support what you're building in your district, but what do you need for the community to do for you in District 2?
Jada, thank you for that question. The main thing is it's about stability.
Yeah.
Because 50 years ago, Marvin Gaye talked about what's going on now.
Okay.
He talked about that. And so therefore we need to make sure that our people coming up behind us have the experience, the tools that's needed for them to take it on from where once Jaja, the airway leaves, if she ever leaves, then that person will take over from you and continue on. When Reverend Ron leaves, that person takes over. When Dada leaves, they take over from him. So we want to make sure, and that's my objective, because this is not about any particular, because at some point in time, I'm going to leave this position. And I got to make sure that people that are coming up behind us have the tools, so when we hand the baton off to them, they make it even better.
That's right.
And that's what the objective is. That's what the objective is.
Okay, Nipsey. That part. Now, we are live right here on the Avenue of Fashion, and you are supporting entrepreneurs. How big or how important is it for the black community to pour back into the community with that dollar, that money, okay? Why is that so important?
Jaja, again, that's an excellent question, because as you well know, what happened 100 years ago in Greenwich, Tulsa, Oklahoma, we need to make sure that people are educated as far as how our dollars, black dollars have been the just the pinnacle of this country for years.
This world.
We know that. Thank you. This world, and we know how to make our dollars go. When we had to have money, we make money happen.
Absolutely.
And so that's what I want to do, and that's why I want this corridor. I want this Avenue of Fashion to actually be the new Black Wall Street.
Ooh.
And so we can move on.
Detroit
we
District
moving
2.
on. We have to move on. So that's one of the things that we do. I also want to introduce my man.
Come on now.
DeAndre Otis. DeAndre runs my Millennial Roundtable. And so that's for the young people to come in and be able to take those avenues and things that we're talking about and continue on to make sure that that continues on. 50 years from now, 150 years from now, our great-grandchildren can continue on, look back at what we're doing. So that's what it's all about.
And you know what? I love the fact that you have given that position to another young man. How important, because, you know, within our communities, within our ethnicities, you know, we suffer from pride and ego and, you know, attitudes and trauma that we did not have too much control over. Why is it so important for you to give that type of position to another young black man?
Well, Charles, the thing of it is that, and I just like to say this, but a lot of times we still have that old house Negro, field Negro.
Come on now, on the Motor City Podcast.
And we got to get away from that, because if we don't work together, or we start separating each other, folks will say, okay, I know I can get Reverend Ron, but if I can't get Roy, I'll use Reverend Ron. Me and Reverend Ron got to work together. Me and Jaja got to work together. We got to work together and continue on. And that's why I bring Yandre and my younger millennials that's on my staff in to make sure that they are continuing to keep this, what we are talking about, on for the years to come.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know what? Speaking of years to come, you also have an amazing project that you are pushing with mental health and mental health awareness, and what is extremely important. And it's extremely important to me because my father committed suicide.
Yes, ma'am.
And so, why is that extremely important to really showcase the advocacy and the awareness within the community?
Because, especially in the black culture, if Uncle Duke had a mental problem, okay, we ain't talking about that. If Uncle Duke goes out, oh, that's just Uncle Duke. The time Uncle Duke goes out and hurts somebody, or Uncle Duke hurts himself, we say, oh, we should have done something for Uncle Duke.
You better, Uncle Duke, we gonna save you.
So the fact of the matter is that we have to start recognizing that this is an issue, especially with COVID. Susan Gardner did a fantastic job. She said, we're going to have 2 discussions about this every week. I'm like, 2? Yes. Technically, that's not enough. Because when we're talking about what black folks is going through, as far as our children, as far as mental health, I always say mental health is about life. It is about, because you could be riding high and something can happen in your life, finances, someone pass along in your health. And that changes your whole mindset. And Reverend Ron, me and Reverend Ron talk about this a lot. But the fact of the matter is that it is about life. And I want to thank Susan Gardner so very much.
SG!
Because
Big G.
she also talks about having a workshop, but we bringing people together. And what that is about is that we want people to know that you're not going to do this by yourself. You aren't the only one. There's others out there. And then once you have that, people know that you are out there and there's others out there, then you'll be opening up. And that's what we need, to open up and let this be recognized as far as this is not just you having this problem. There's a whole lot of people having that problem.
That part. D. Hobbs, Rev. Ron?
Well, I have worked with you since you became the councilman your first term.
Thank you.
And we counting and giving God praise already for your second term.
Thank you so much. Thank
We're
you.
claiming in the name of Jesus.
Thank you so much.
So Roy, it's a lot of work to do.
Yes.
And we will continue to do work. COVID kind of, gave us a little roadblock, but we have worked through it, and we're on the other side.
Yes, sir.
And so as we on the other side, I want you to know that Illinois need to do this every weekend.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We need to promote this every weekend.
Yes, sir.
For us to get the retention or regain back what we have lost from the construction, from COVID. Hey, Juneteenth Jubilee has set it out.
Yeah, and I agree with you, Reverend Ron, but we don't necessarily need to do it with liver noise. We need to do it at all the businesses within District 2.
Yeah.
We need to be the template for the rest of the city.
Yeah, we
to
talked
go
about
out there.
that.
Yes, sir. That's what the whole objective is, for us to be the template for the rest of the city, so that all the businesses, so that if you're coming along, then we got some people that's going to help you move forward. If you've been there and you need some additional, or you reach back out, that's what it's all about. It's about sustainability. Because again, like I said, I'm not going to be here, we're all not going to be here, but our future that's behind us is coming forward, and that's the mechanism that we want to put forward to make sure that people continue on with their businesses and they don't have to go through the struggles like they had to go through prior and 100 years ago down in Greenwood, Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yeah, and we got to educate our young entrepreneurs.
Yes.
We have to reach back and provide education because, we got, I think it's 30 vendors in there, inside that.
Yes, sir.
Right now
Yes,
in the
sir.
marketplace.
Yes, sir.
They at home working.
Yes,
They
sir.
hustling hard.
Yes, sir.
But they need a brick and mortar.
Yes, sir.
For them to make it and survive. So we have to provide some resources for them to be able to take some of these vacant land and lots around the city and start building commercial properties so that these small businesses can rent.
And that's the dream that you and I have shared, and that's the dream that we want to make sure that people
We're gonna make it
have.
happen.
Not only do we have these vendors in here, but we have these vendors up and down on both sides of Livernois, and we need to make sure that they are continue to be profitable and help those that's coming behind them.
Absolutely.
So we're gonna push that.
I gotta say this, Councilman. You came out and spoke all the good word. You brought the sun out.
Okay.
We appreciate it. Now, one important question.
Yes, sir.
Upcoming election is coming.
Uh-huh.
What is something that you want your supporters, your future supporters, as well as all voters to know about District 2 as well as the representatives?
Again, District 2 is the highest voting, the highest tax-paying district in the city of Detroit. It has so many historical landmarks about it. And these are the things that we want to continue to make sure that not only that they are out there, but people know about them. And that's going to be my goal and my commitment to continue to do. Because if we don't, then the folks that's coming up behind us will not know about that history.
Yeah.
And so those are the things that I want to make sure. It's not about me, but it's about our future, it's about our neighborhoods, it's about our community, and it's about the people that is coming up behind us. That's how we should be thinking about. Thinking about today is already tomorrow.
Okay.
All right.
We got to start thinking about tomorrow being our future.
That
And
part.
for our young people to make sure that they have the advantages, the tools that they have. And that's going to be my commitment, that's going to be my goal. And my first time it was, and they continue on as long as I'm here. That's what will be my objective.
Councilman, you got my support. Anything you need, I will be over in the area with Rev.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So you support, please.
The main thing
Absolutely.
is just keep us all in prayer.
That's part.
Because unless we have prayer, we can do everything we want to, but we got to
Okay.
have that prayer. And like Marvin Gaye said, we got to let's get it on.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we are getting it on right now,
Yeah.
live on the Avenue of Fashion right now. Listen, y'all. y'all. It's the Motor City Podcast. We got Councilman Roy McCalister and his entire amazing team down here, y'all.
Got the sun out finally.
And the sun came out because we prayed to the sun. Won't he do it?
Yes, sir.
Thank you,
Listen.
thank you, Lord.
We getting ready to go back to a quick commercial break, and after that, listen, it's going down. We got an interview with Philly, and he just did a portrait. Man, y'all, if y'all missed it, y'all better get down here. We got until 6 o'clock, okay? Now after 6,
Zaza, one thing I want to say also too
what you want
is
to say?
make sure you go over and get vaccinated.
Yes.
That's another issue also. We want to make sure that you get vaccinated because until we can move, and before we can move on, we got to get back to normalcy. In order to get back to normalcy, we got to have those shots.
Yes.
So please,
Shot in the
Zaza,
arm.
And I believe we said a best.
queen of the podcast,
All right,
Other
y'all
media.
heard, Councilman.
Queen,
queen,
I'm gonna just say y'all heard him. Y'all heard him.
Queen Zaza.
queen Zaza.
No, this the team. We got King Darvell, we got King Rev Ron, we got King D Hobbs. Don't put that all on me. I don't want nobody having no problems, okay?
You got it, Queen.
But I just want to thank everybody and thank you for allowing me this opportunity to come before you. And thank you so
Yes.
much for being in District 2. I really appreciate you. And God bless each and every
No,
one
we
of you.
thank you for showing great leadership and coming out. You ain't act like you was too high horse to come out here and talk to the. You was taking pictures. Just so y'all know, he was taking pictures with the people. He was talking to the people. He was giving people advice. He was mentoring the
was
people.
kissing babies.
He was
He was doing
listen.
everything.
He wasn't just. He didn't just show up and leave like some of these politicians do. For they 5 minutes of cameo and gone on. He was down here passing out stuff, sweating in the rain, taping up stuff. He was doing what council members do.
Re-elect McCalister. Woo!
Hey! You got any more final words, Councilman?
Just everybody, please be blessed and thank you so much and continue on because it doesn't about stop here. It's not about just one day. It's about our lives and our future.
That
Thank you
part.
so very
That's
much.
part.
God
Listen,
bless
y'all,
you.
give it up for Councilman Roy McCalister.